Good morning, guys. So you're with me again on another commute to work. For all of you guys that follow me because of the Super73, it looks like there might be a new bike soon. No word on the current bike. So my Super73 S2, I had that on Bike to Work, the cycle scheme, and I finished it up in January, and I have paid it off. So when you finish up, there's one last final payment to legally make it yours. So once you've done that, you're then able to do a new scheme, get a new certificate and voucher. So that application went in on Thursday. Received an email on Thursday that the cycle scheme had received it and they had sent it to my employer. So hopefully they will be quite speedy on sorting this out. And then I can grab a new bike. It just, to me, seemed like under the predicament that I'm going through, that it was quicker to just go and get a new bike. But I then thought, the thing is, I'm sure at some point, eventually, they're going to look to sort out the bike. Hopefully Super73 will pull a finger out and actually look at this warranty claim, and the bike will be in working order. So the thing is, I will have two bikes. We're going to Jamaica in May. Me, my mum, and my dad. We're going to see my grandparents. Oh, we're always going to see my grandparents when we visit Jamaica. It's who we stay with. But we're also getting, I was going to say we're getting married. No, my godson, his parents are getting married over there. And so we were invited to the wedding almost a year ago. And yeah, we're all really looking forward to going and seeing them tie the knot. It'll be really interesting to see the island because, unfortunately, there's still people who are suffering due to the effects of Hurricane Melissa. I mean, my grandparents are lucky that their house structurally is in quite a good condition. They've just got a bit of roof damage, and unfortunately they do have a leak or two from what my grandmother says. But we had other people totally lost their homes. We have a relative who, her house, it was an old colonial house, and the whole thing was destroyed. Luckily, she wasn't killed by the structure collapsing on her. We have another relative, and these are typify like examples of what happened to people. So we have another relative that they lost their whole roof. There was only one small part of the property that they could live in. Just a quickie. So this tunnel used to be a tram tunnel, and if you watch the Batman, this is where Robert Pattinson drives his motorbike down into. So effectively, it's the Batcave in the Batman. So yeah, so one of our aunts and uncle, they lost their roof, and thankfully their children went over and got them a ticket and flew them back to the UK. But obviously there are people who aren't in a position where they can do that, and they've just been trying to survive the best that they can with whatever they have. So my grandparents still don't have electric, Um, it's I mean, I don't run the electric company in Jamaica, but even at the best of times, to be honest, the national grid isn't the greatest. Just be random power cuts, and I think it really makes you appreciate in the UK our national grids. Like, people talk about electric vehicles and how the grid can't cope, but I mean, how many of us actually have experienced blackouts on a regular basis? It was years and years and years and years ago that there was one in my part of London, in Croydon. And I think these things are usually quite swiftly repaired, and that. But in Jamaica, if you can afford it, you really need a generator. So my grandparents, they did have some generators, but unfortunately they weren't working. I don't know, maybe they hadn't been serviced. And so, you think about things like food storage, keeping food fresh and stuff like that, the challenges of that. And I remember when the previous hurricane to Melissa, my grandparents losing like a lot of food and having to just throw it out because it had just gone off and like gone rotten and that. But yeah, it'll be really good to see them, and hopefully that will lift their spirits as well. And my grandmother is coming with us to the wedding, so it'll be really nice because she'll get a bit of a break. She actually says that her life in Jamaica, she feels she actually works more than when she was here in the UK. But I think, to be honest, it's what keeps them going, and it keeps them so fit and healthy. So my grandmother's 84, and hopefully I haven't got it wrong, my granddaddy is 89, and they are in amazing shape, amazing shape, and they do so much on a daily basis. A few years, 2024, my mum and my grandmother went to Ghana, and people were actually really shocked at my grandmother's age and all the things she was doing and the places she was going, traveling around on foot and just having the energy. But I really hope that if I make it to the same age as them, that I'm in the same good shape as them and in good health and able to be like as active as possible. I think that must be like the really nice thing when you reach that sort of age and you are still able to enjoy life to the max, opposed to say being quite restricted, and especially if you've always known like a life where you could go about and do stuff. So with the whole thing about the power, my dad actually highlighted as well that to me, and I was thinking, the thing is, this is worldwide ways, and my idea is that I want to like share things with you guys, the world. And so I know that actually my Jamaica videos that I've done in the past are some of the most popular by a million miles. I think the lowest one is close to like 400 views, and the highest one is 500 and something views. And it absolutely is, it just excels way over any other content that I've put out. And so I hope that I'm able to charge devices and be able to show you more of Jamaica, because I feel that the thing with Jamaica is a lot of people know the island, it has had such an impact on the world, culturally, and even in ways that people don't necessarily know. You know, a lot of people just think about the food and the music, but there's things like Jamaica was the first nation to stand with South Africans against apartheid, and the Jamaican flag is actually based on the ANC flag. But you know, people will a lot of the time think of like dancehall and Bob Marley, and not necessarily people like Marcus Garvey, Garveyism, Pan-Africanism, and such things, that so many achievements that people have from Jamaica have made. I mean, I think it was like last year, it was highlighted that, I believe if I'm right, cast iron, the whole concept of cast iron came from enslaved Jamaican people. And you know, it's interesting, like that technique of making it, the amount of buildings, iconic landmarks, historical buildings that have so much significance that were able to be built. But yeah, I'm always keen as a British Jamaican to share the reality of the island, the whole island, because I think what a lot of people see is the resorts as well, or even when people visit, there's a lot of people who stay in the resorts, and you know, they're really nice, but the reality is that when you stay in the resorts, you could, to be honest, be staying anywhere in the world, and these resorts, you know, they're located at the coast, by the beach, and that, so they literally could be anywhere that's hot and sunny, that has that sort of landscape. I always think it's nice to allow you guys to see what the actual interior of the island looks like. And it'd be really cool if it was possible to also make some videos with some relatives and see them talking about their life and talking about Jamaica. I think the other nice thing as well is if more people who were able to visit Jamaica, and also who did visit Jamaica, went to the bits where the locals were, which is the majority of the island, to see actually what Jamaican people are truly like. You know, there's this generally like stereotypes that, you know, are quite negative about Jamaicans, like we're just like one monolith, we're just one collective mind, one collective personality. I mean, another significant thing with Jamaica is that the foundations of hip-hop are largely Jamaican. You got DJ Kool Herc, you got people like, what's his name, Heavy D, who was from Mandeville in Jamaica. You got, I never remember which one from Salt and Pepper, one of the ladies from Salt and Pepper, Jamaican. But anyway, almost at the college, just walking through the UCL. So we got Burbeck on the left. And basically we're walking through the education quarter, and we're going to be at the college soon. So hopefully my walk, it's now, by the time I get to the college through this building on the left, it will be 8:30, so I won't have any waiting around. That's like one of the problems sometimes, that when I get to the college really early, I think it was like last Saturday actually, it was the same thing that I got to the college and I think it was like 10 or more minutes early and nobody was there yet, so I don't have a key to get into the building. So I had to wait on a colleague, but thankfully it was quite warm, so it wasn't really an issue. And there's this place where the Burbeck signs are, there's some built-in seating. So I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you for following me, and please give me a like, subscribe and share.